Well met. I am Elminster of Shadowdale, at your service. And I believe you are about to embark on another episode of Rod and Flagon. This is one of these, how shall I put it, a gallimaufry of verbiage with two rogues who are not to be trusted, but then that's all of us, isn't it? In life, you should only believe what you can prove for yourself. Everything else is trusting someone. So ask yourself as you listen, you trust these gentlemen? Some of you may. Some of you may regret. Who knows? But listen on.
Be quiet, stop talking. It's time to listen to Rod and Flagon, so you don't die.
And we're back.
We're back.
Hello, everyone. Well, that was one hell of an adventure. And I'm just talking about the night we had with Mirt. Never mind the, few weeks we're off. Hi, everyone. We are Rod and Flagon. I, of course, am Oliver Redboots, and I am joined, as always, by my stalwart compatriot, Swanee. Tell everybody about yourself.
I am Swan Maulsmith, safety officer of the Temple of God. Praise God.
And everybody knows now, I hope they know, that we give, suspect advice to young adventurers and or tell stories of our days, or, just make up stories that they send to us. And,
recently,
tell
this
those.
is really just what we do before we go drinking, but...
Well, I do realize that this has become something that we didn't imagine it would become, right? Like, this was punishment.
I know.
And now it's been like, I kind of look forward to it.
I know.
Being honest
well,
with
how
you.
could you not? It was punishment, and then suddenly Mirt and people drop in and talk to us, and...
Yeah, can we talk about that?
Oh, yeah, we can.
So, last week we had Mirt on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't have him on. He
came by.
Yeah, he
when
decided.
Mirt comes by, you make room.
Yeah, he pulled himself up to the table. He takes a lot of table.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him before. We've met him before.
Yeah. Well, you more than me, but yeah.
He didn't even realize that he'd seen us.
No.
Like, he had no idea who we were.
No.
I wish I could just do that with people. Like, who's
Yeah.
that? I don't know.
Right.
So,
I think if you have 42 million in gold, you don't really need to remember names.
no, you have a name guy.
Right.
some random dude.
You're going to come talk to me.
Right.
I
Or
couldn't
like,
possibly want something from you.
hey, bud, what's that guy's name again? And he had better know, or you fire him,
Right.
or burn him to death. Whatever it is you do. But goddamn, man, Mirt, So we got drunk with Mirt.
Oh, did we?
And we stayed in the Yawning Portal a little bit after we had finished recording.
Yep.
Right? And then we decided to go bar hopping with Mirt the moneylender.
Ooh.
Young adventurers, don't do that.
No,
that
no.
was
Do it.
Oh, actually, do
Do
yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
But when we got arrested, he did not,
He did not.
and he was the cause of our arrest.
Yes, he was.
He started a bar fight with at least 3 bars.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he won.
All the times.
Each one. And, we didn't do so bad ourselves, but
That's when you know when we're really drunk, is when we lose a bar fight.
Yeah, well, I could barely stand up anymore, like, let alone cast a spell. Like, it does require some type of concentration,
It does,
right?
yeah.
And I didn't have it in me at that point.
Right.
And so we got arrested. And, like, I know how to teleport. You know how embarrassing it is to get arrested when you know how to teleport?
Yeah, but do you really worry about that? Because you wake up in the morning with a hangover and you're like, all right, now I got to go home. Poof.
No, well, the funniest thing, the whole, like, damn, like, the kicker, why we're telling this in this context
Yeah.
is now, the punishment for us getting arrested with Mirt the moneylender.
I know.
And being in all these bar fights was to do this show
I know.
for longer.
Man.
Ooh, boy, you really got us to the walls there, Chief Magistrates. They clearly don't listen, right?
No, they
My
really
God.
don't.
Pay attention, you dolts.
Shush.
I'm just saying. They put us in a normal cell.
Yeah.
Like with bars.
Right.
And I could see outside. They didn't even take your cape.
No.
This is Waterdeep.
Yeah.
We're not in some backwater, one cell town. They arrest adventurers all the time. Is that the same? Do they get the same amount of security that we got?
I don't think so. I mean, how do you arrest a wizard?
Very carefully.
I imagine, yes.
I mean, with consent, I
Right.
imagine.
With consent, there you go.
God, a very powerful one too. I don't know. Like, you have to bind their hands and put a clamp on their
Force cage
tongue
or something?
I honestly, we were able to use magic in that room because I used prestidigitation to clean the barf off the floor. Right? Like, I remember that very specifically. So it's not like magic was not something we couldn't do in there, but pay attention.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe Could you imagine if they had arrested like a burly half-orc, like really powerful fighter who could just bend those measly bars and walk out?
It was really more like a place to sleep than it was. It was a bad hotel.
Did they put us in a drunk tank?
Oh, yeah.
So that wasn't the real jail?
At least I hope not.
Oh, my God. Because I admittedly, like, we've been arrested in many spots, but I've never been arrested in Waterdeep. So
No.
I guess that's why I'm so disappointed. Like, I just expected...
more of your tax dollars to go to work on something more substantial.
Like, if you're going to do something, Waterdeep, be better at it than that. But all right, so I guess that's whatever. But our punishment for getting into a bunch of bar fights and blowing some stuff up and traveling around Waterdeep with Mirt and a general just like ruckus.
Yeah.
We ruckusers. Ruckus-I?
Oh, we ruckused.
We ruckus hard. And now we have to do this show for another year.
No. Oh, darn.
No fines.
Yeah, nothing.
No, I'm pretty sure we did.
I thought Lucy got to get home, and Lucy gave me a stern look, and she didn't even care.
No, not even a little bit?
Not a little bit.
I guess that's great.
Where were you? I sort of got arrested. Did you kill anybody? I don't think so.
No.
Right.
I feel like we would know that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we did blow up that wall, but that was not our fault.
Well,
Like a dude threw a fireball at us.
yeah.
And I'm like, how dare you do my
Seriously.
thing at me?
Well,
Like,
I mean, I think when you
if somebody
started
tried to hit you with a hammer, you would be offended, right?
when
Sorry.
you started to heckle him because the fireball was the wrong color.
It was a match. Here wasn't a fireball. I call that a match.
That's true.
It's a fucking rookie.
Right.
With a damn
What is this,
amateurs.
orange? Kind of
You know what?
weak-ass sorcerer cast an orange fireball.
Well, first of all, I think he was a warlock, if I'm being fair.
I don't know.
Some type of wizard. Like, some
Yeah.
one of the lower rent classes.
Okay.
And when I do it, there's a small, like a teeny little mote of heat that generates out and it travels.
Sure.
His was the size of a cantaloupe. Is it
Oh.
how are you sending that? Like, you're almost giving people, a prelude. I should leap to the right now because here comes the boomy stick, whatever. Anyway. So
No
that was
subtlety? Is that was the problem? Was no subtlety? No style?
Well, put some panache into it, man.
All right.
If you're going to do something, do it well, rookies. I think that's the other thing is, like, I'm crotchety.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a crotchety old sorcerer.
We're having a role reversal today because Mirt, I don't know which bar we were at, but Mirt pulled me aside and he was like, look, let me give you some advice. Drink more and loosen up. And I've taken that to heart.
I've literally told you that for 30 years.
Yeah, but I don't, it's different.
How is it different? I've said the same thing. I hate you so much. God damn it.
So he pulled me aside and told me I should drink more and loosen up, and I've been thinking about that.
So you've been loosening up and drinking more?
Yeah.
Like at home, dude?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, all right.
Well, I try not to do it at home, but
Well,
I had a couple before we started.
so you definitely didn't do any of them before our Luskan trip.
No,
You
I
did not get that advice. You fucking
No.
You,
Oh,
you
God,
are
the
such a
stupid
whiny
Luskan
bitch in
trip.
Luskan.
Luskan.
So I guess we should explain, right? So we had a brief hiatus from the show because I was cordially invited to the opening of one of the spires for the host tower of the Arcane, as
That's
was
right.
Lucinda. So we were able to
Well,
talk
by
Swan.
opening you mean like finish the construction of?
Well, so technically I imagine the construction was already complete,
Okay.
but it just was, not done well.
No.
And then they needed upgrades and whatever.
No.
Yeah, so
Let's back the story up.
Well, no, all right, go ahead. Yes, please, go ahead.
So you and Lucy get invited to sort of the completion of this tower in Luskan.
One of the spires of the
One
host
of
tower.
the spires of one of them. And this is there's a bunch of wizards and magic finger wigglers.
Right.
Putting together, constructing a tower, a spire on a tower.
Right.
Right. And I was like, well, sure, I'll go too. Why not? Right.
Well, that's not what your initial reaction was. Most certainly not that. You're like, but I get it. Go ahead,
Right.
keep going.
Okay. Yeah.
The loose Swanee's all like, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah,
Like,
but
not
whatever.
not exactly how I remember
I
that.
gotta
No.
take a drink. Mm-hmm.
So we go, right?
There we go. And there's a tower, mostly completed, being held up by maybe the jankiest bamboo scaffolding
It
I
wasn't
have ever
that
seen.
I just see you have a far more discerning eye for those things than most people.
Yes,
That's the problem.
I'm a stickler about right angles.
It definitely places don't have a right angle in it at all.
No.
Like, how hard is it to make a right angle? You just get two sticks and put them together and straighten one
Right.
of them, right? Oh my God.
So they're wizards. The wizards there are trying to build this tower, and so they're getting.
Well, they're making
stone-
additions to a spire.
Right.
You keep saying they're building a tower. The fucking thing is this huge tree thing with towers on
That's
it.
true.
So, yes, they had cheap bamboo spires,
which is what the wizards were hanging onto.
Yeah, what do you call that stuff that they actually put on the side of a building when they build a building?
Scaffolding?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it was rickety scaffolding even by my
Oh God, yes. Made bamboo and latched together with leftover rags and stuff.
Not a knot was tied. Some of them were not tied together.
Right.
They were just sitting on each other.
Right.
And
I
as a
suppose
safety
it's like if
officer-
you can cast levitate on yourselves or feather fall, or whatever,
You're not really
you
worried
probably
about
don't care.
it.
But
Yeah. But like as a safety officer,
yeah, oh god,
okay, was that like hurting
all
you?
the alarms are going off in my head?
And the forge where they were making all the nails and things like that, did you see that? Well, I mean, like, I know you saw that, so I guess I should tell people. So I think we've mentioned this before. Like every time we go to a new town or whatever,
gotta
Swan's
drink.
first
Hang on.
spot, he goes over to the forge and checks out like all of the stuff. He's like, he goes in there and it's like a visit from like some famous person coming into your forge to help fix your shit.
right.
He went to that forge where these poor just this unluckiest bastards on
They
this
weren't even
side.
blacksmiths. They weren't trained blacksmiths. They were just like, hey man,
even
you
I
look
could
like you
tell.
can swing a hammer at some rocks. Why don't we put some in front of you and see what you can do? Like not a month or a training between these two idiots making nails.
Did they know? They do know that they don't have to actually have the fire that hot, right?
I don't think they do anything.
The point is not to have flames shooting out of the top of the building, right?
Oh
Oh God! Did you notice where they put the blocks that actually make the fire hotter?
You're asking me if I noticed? Yes, Boots, I noticed.
They put the burn rocks next to the burn stuff.
Oh God, I was angry.
Oh,
I was angry.
I will never forget Lucy poking me in the ribs as you were turning red, looking at this, and
You know when I start talking to
Oh, she was
myself,
so funny.
things are not good.
well, you weren't talking to yourself so much as grumbling under your breath for probably half a day.
Oh God. God help me.
And oh God, can we talk about I don't even know what he is. He's like an over wizard, an arch wizard, a head wizard guy, right?
Right.
I feel like I should know this, but I'm not a wizard, so it doesn't really I don't care about their little rank structure. I appreciate the invite, right? That was a pleasant surprise. I haven't been, typically it's Lucy because she's an actual wizard.
Yeah.
But Asagast the Brown,
Oh yeah.
that's how we know he doesn't have friends. You know that, right?
So,
'Cause
first
there
of
was
all, he
no
didn't
way in hell.
introduce himself as Asagast the Brown. He was
No.
AG. Everybody kept calling him AG.
Yep. Yeah. AG. Right?
AG.
It's like hello.
Go talk to AG.
Yeah.
And we were like, the guy in the brown robes? Yeah, AG. All right.
Cool. Right.
cool.
Yeah. We'll go. And he was.
We thought he was a monk.
He was a very polite man.
Right.
Right. Kind of like. How do you be so ditzy and you're like literally supposed to memorize, complicated arcane rituals?
Damned if I know.
How the hell is that even possible? But okay, so his name was Asagast the
Name
Brown.
was Asagast the Brown.
Not a single friend of his was like, maybe not the Brown, buddy.
Yeah, seriously. You
Maybe not.
might want to change that name there.
Do we really want to put ass and brown in the same
Really?
sentence?
Yeah.
Like it was like Asagast the Brown Eye
Right.
was some of the things I heard him called.
Right.
Asagast the Brown Turd, right? That was low hanging
Yeah.
fruit, right? Speaking of fruit, I'm sure there was lots of like corn cob, there was so many of the jokes write themselves.
How did this man become Arch Wizard? Did people feel bad that he had that name and like, you know what, we have to make it up to him.
It's
He's an
like-
Arch Wizard.
Like during the trials, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever the guilds put them through, it's like, yeah, Asagast is here. Maybe we should just move him on, right?
Yeah.
But he can't even.
It's a family name.
Missile
Is it?
that well.
Is it a family
I
name?
don't know if is it the Brown or
Right.
Asagast?
Yeah.
I will never understand how. Like if I said, hey, I'm gonna be like Boots the dumb shit, you'd
Right.
be like, no, right? You'd
No,
stop it.
let's not.
No,
Yeah.
There's no whatever it was. You'd be like, hey, buddy, I don't know if that's a good nickname
Right.
for you, right? Why don't we go with Asagast, whatever it is, the red, right? It's a bit more.
Yeah,
it's
just
not associated.
Not
with
on the
anything.
nose. Oh.
Asagast the Brown, nice guy. I don't know how he's a wizard. I'm not even sure what how his magic is working out for him. You know what I mean? Like, does he know he doesn't have to upcast all of his spells?
Oh.
So that's like a thing that people can do. Like we can
Yeah.
try a little harder to make our spells a bit more functional, or
Right.
maybe
A little more oomph in
if I
your
try
spells.
to charm some people, I can spend a little bit more magical energy and charm several people instead of just one.
Yeah.
He did that for every single spell I saw him, and the only other person I know to do that, warlocks, right? They don't have a choice,
Right.
Right? They do it at whatever level that their patron dictates,
Right.
But a wizard doesn't have to do that.
So they're building the spire. That was a quick story.
All right.
Building
quick,
the spire.
Quick aside.
Right. I'm on the scaffolding. I'm trying to see what's going on. They have these two apprentice wizards trying to maneuver this piece of stone into place, and it's got this weird shadows casting, and can't really see what's going on.
Is this the story I think you're telling?
And I need a bit more visibility. And so I was like, hey, can somebody cast light? Like, I really could use. I just need to see this a little bit
Imagine
more.
You're on the surface of the sun.
Oh God. I needed a torch worth of light. I didn't need a collapsing star worth of light.
You got daylight.
Right.
I like chickens and roosters were starting to howl awake.
all of a sudden, like, all of the farm animals were, like, fricasseed from this how is this useful?
Well, I mean, like, also, how did you become part of the working crew? I will still never understand that, but that's a different
I just
story.
inserted myself into that. I was like, I am not putting up with this bullshit.
We got there 4 hours later. Swan was a foreman on like half of the job.
We both know you felt better
I'm not saying I didn't
as a
feel-
result of me being
I felt
this is not gonna work.
significantly more comfortable sleeping in those chambers.
Yeah.
Knowing that you would at least laugh.
You guys understand gravity? Do you understand what it is?
But he cast light. It was so fucking bright. God. Oh my God. Everything. He sent me a message, right? You know, you can like.
Oh my God!
You got it too. You remember that? It was like yelled into everyone's ears for like a block away.
Why did everybody in 3 square miles suddenly have a grocery list in their head?
So just some context.
I gotta run over to the store. Hang on. Grab me some beets. Like, why?
For context, young adventurers, and a lot of people should be familiar with this, but there's a spell we just simply call it message because that's exactly what it is. I can whisper a few words, and anyone within a certain a close proximity, right, can hear those words in their head, and as long as they're not like behind copper or lead for some reason, I still don't understand. They'll be able to hear them, clearly, and they can even whisper back to you, right?
Right.
Well, he did that spell, and everyone,
knock it up to 11.
This is not hyperbole. At least a block and a half of people in Luskan and in the tower heard that message that was specifically for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if he knows how to control, I don't know how to control magic sometimes. That's a failing not uncommon of my particular breed of magic.
It's like an involuntary dissonant whispers, right? I mean...
That's a conscious choice he's making.
Yeah.
To scream at everyone.
I really, really wanted them beats.
So that's where we were, young adventurers. We were in Luskan for, like 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, and I didn't bring the rod.
We didn't bring the rod. That was more my fault. I just assumed that when you said, hey, can one of us needs to grab the rod, I just assumed that would be you.
In retrospect, I should have assumed it was me too.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, also, I could have just came back and got it. I don't know
That's
why.
true. I mean, you could.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
After 4 hours and I was being the foreman, you were probably like, you know what?
We're probably going to just do this.
He's probably going to be tied up. Not going to have time to drink and make fun of people. He's going to be actually trying to make sure this building doesn't collapse.
Yeah, and that was a whole section. I don't think people understand how big the fucking host tower is.
Yeah.
All right. So if one spire of the host tower falls on Cutlass Island, that's a lot of people dying.
Oh yeah.
Right? So all right. So just for context, we keep doing this. The host tower of the arcane is this powerful magic thing. Our host in Luskan, really big. It's really cool. Go check it out. They have a library. You can go there and talk to the wizards, and they're kind of in control of Luskan, but not really. Like it's like the pirate captains who we really had to bribe to get into town. Like I do you remember the last time we had to bribe someone to get in town after we were invited?
We did.
But why invite us and not cover the bribe fee?
That's fair.
Right?
Right. Come visit us. Your bribe is covered.
That was really odd.
Kind of should be the invite. Like if you get invited to a wedding in Luskan, it should come with money so you can bribe.
I thought he was confused and just fucking with us a little bit when he's like, well, what's it gonna? How are you gonna
pay for your way in?
Do you want to get in here? You're gonna have to make it.
I mean, it's a long line. I don't know if you saw the line.
I'm like, dude, I don't need you to. I was really ready to turn that poor young guard into something, and
he didn't know you were.
No, and he clearly didn't know who Lucy was either. And the giggles Lucy was making at the time, as me and you were staring at him, like, really?
Bold.
It's like it's a bold strategy, guys. Let's see how it works out for him.
Yeah.
And we ended up giving that piece of 5 gold. I still want that 5 gold back.
Okay.
I'm almost willing to use magic to teleport to Luskan again.
To pants him, take the money.
To get my 5 gold back.
Yeah, that's a good use of our
Have a good lesson.
Yeah.
And then come back.
What's the lesson exactly?
Well, I mean, I don't think I need to be clear on the lesson, right? Like he'll understand it when he sees me.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, choose your audience, target. Choose your targets a little wiser, right? Like I can just be like, hey, buddy, yeah, is it still 5 gold?
Right.
And then you know what? You're right. I'm being ridiculous. He clearly needs that way more than I do.
Don't be dumb is a lesson you can't teach.
Yeah, but we can give we can give a lesson.
Okay.
we don't.
Fair.
I guess we can teach it. It's really up to him to learn it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, don't put the fire rock next to the fire,
Sure.
right? You do that once, you're like, oh, that's why, right? And now knowing the audience, you go up there and we have a quick chat. But anyway, why not at least inform everyone that people are coming that you invited and we're gonna have to cover the bribe? And then, all right, sorry, I digress. So what else happened? Anything cool while we were gone?
So before we go away from that,
All right.
I mean, I'm thinking we cover when we've been to Luskan. We did a show from Amphail.
You probably should have done one from Luskan now that I think about it.
Like, should we cover a town or a location or something about the realm? I mean, we're educating adventurers, young adventurers.
So you mean like just discuss one thing about Realms lore a week? Or
Yeah.
like just like, because I mean like Mirt just like flippantly talks about all of these
yeah.
things that young adventurers need to know
Seven
about.
Sisters, the crypt.
Oh yeah, Larlock. Oh my God,
Larlock.
the most terrifying thing in the realms. And he just like, oh yeah, you know, he's.
It does keep me up at night.
Yeah.
Like, yeah? You think?
That keeps fucking Mirt up at night. Can
Right.
you imagine how terrifying that actually is for everyone else?
Yeah.
One of the richest, most powerful men in Waterdeep is kept up at night by something far away.
Right.
Just, wrap your head around that. I don't dislike the idea of, like, what do you mean, like, we pick one thing and then
Yeah.
we just tell young adventurers all about it?
Yeah.
This is a good idea. What do you want to start with? Do you have something in mind? Like, do we do cities? Like, do we talk about, like, we've shit on a lot of cities
We
before.
have.
Maybe we could tell everybody, like, the good parts of Neverwinter, or like
But I'm thinking, like,
or
higher
that
than-
one good bar in Baldur's
Well,
Gate.
I was thinking maybe higher than. Well, I'm not above a good bar, but I was thinking like some of the more.
Maybe like a
maybe-
higher, like the 30,000-foot view, as they say.
Yeah.
Like, this is what the Mere of Dead Men is,
There you
right?
go.
The swamp, yeah? Or this is, hey, let's talk all about Silvery Moon.
I can give you an overview of what Skullport is.
Oh, God. If you don't, you're right. That's a good one. We should probably start with Skullport.
Yeah.
Because people that come to Waterdeep don't even think or know Skullport
Right.
exists.
Right.
I would argue that half the population thinks it's a myth. It's not a myth, ladies
not a
and
myth,
gentlemen.
everybody.
Yeah, it's not a myth. If you need work, check it out. Pretty cool place. A little wild, even for me.
Yep.
I like this idea. You want to start with Skullport next week?
Next week we'll start with Skullport.
All right. So you think I hope that'll be beneficial because now we have a monster of the week. We have
monster of the week.
a location of the week.
Yeah, we'll come up with a name for it. I don't.
Yeah, it needs something,
Yeah.
some type of dumb thing. And then Don't Poke
Don't
the
Poke the
Owlbear, which
Owlbear.
is like my favorite thing now.
Yeah.
I'm really just like collecting them to write a book someday. Now we should really say more of these on the show.
Yeah.
Which is why they send them in to us.
Right.
So please don't stop, everyone. But know that you're really keeping old Uncle Boosie entertained. That's
Yeah.
really all it's doing right now. I must have read half of them on the way to Luskan.
It was definitely good travel fodder.
Yeah, and oh goddamn, it was so cold up there too. Like,
Right.
why the hell, man? Why do people live there?
Um,
It's because they've never been to Waterdeep. I feel like it's like, why go there when this
Right.
place exists?
right.
All right. I guess if you're at the Tower, I can't think of anything else. All right. I'm sorry. We're off topic now, as per usual. Whatever. What do you think? One more thing? You want to get into anything else before we go take our first break and fill up these drinks? Because I have already hammered this down.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I guess I have two small things. One's just entertaining for me, and then I had a question for you.
All right. I'm with it.
You know how Mirt smells? You've mentioned this, and it's true. It smells like sandalwood and murder,
Right.
right?
I really wish young adventurers really need to get closer to him to really experience that.
Yeah.
Like old blood.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the hilt of a dagger that's been sweated on.
Yeah.
And is bloody.
Right.
And then sandalwood,
Yes.
which is a great smell. So
Yeah.
it's a great smell. All right. So where
So
you going?
randomly we're at a bar, and he was. So apparently the sandalwood is like some beard lotion.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God! I gotta get some of that.
Yeah.
I mean, like just other than the gold tea, but like
He's saying we can get it from Uncle Willie.
Uncle Willie sells Mirt's sandalwood
Apparently
smell.
sandalwood beard lotion. Yeah.
All right, I have to check that out.
I don't, because you're right. It is. He has a very distinct presence, and part of it is this But the sandalwood is in a bottle, and the other part is just this guy
Him.
has murdered many people.
He's also a massive person. I
Yeah.
don't think people understand. It takes up an entire room to himself. Oh, but, all right. Yeah. So that's you. So all right. Sandalwood and murder. All
Yeah.
right, what was the other thing?
Well, how's it going with the Order of Mages and Protectors?
Oh, we got the chest open. Yeah, it's open.
You got the chest open.
Yeah, it's go. Of course I did. I mean, I worked it out with Mirt.
Oh, awesome.
But, I don't even have to pay back the
the
mages
city
and
didn't
protectors now.
explode, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm still here, right? I guess that's and the mages and protectors don't even need me to. Well, I don't think they. It's not that they don't need me to. It's just they asked me to stop my patrols at night with the.
Sure. Did they ask you to stop the runes and the Are you still welcome there? Help me out here.
No, we're still on good terms,
Okay.
right? They just, I think I had a little scuffle with one of the water elemental myrmidons, and
Shocking. Yeah.
well, he was being entirely rude. I don't speak Aquan or whatever the hell it
Gurgle.
was,
Yeah.
and I just didn't feel like casting comprehend languages to have a chat with him that time, and he wouldn't stop splashing water on me, so I turned him into steam.
Okay.
So the mages and protectors were like, you know what, Boots, maybe this isn't for you, buddy.
Yeah, maybe.
So they asked me to copy down some scrolls, and I just I subcontracted that out, and I just.
The Orders of Mages and Subcontractors. Yeah, I like it.
Well, I mean, look, I was like, that's tedious, monotonous work. I'm not gonna do it.
That's on brand, buddy.
It's not like they're paying me.
Right. Hey, but we buried the lead here. You got the chest open.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What was in it? I mean, it took you months to...
Oh, it was a dude. A guy. There was a man in there. Yep.
I mean, I understand all of those words by themselves.
Yeah,
but-
there was a young man in his like early 30s, handsome guy. I asked him to come on the show next week, and he'll be here next week, and we talk about it. Like, I wanted to give him the week, kind of like, catch up on his affairs. He's been in there for probably 100 years or so. So, just let him sort his shit out, and like, see where his family's at, do that kind of thing.
A tiny man?
No, no. This is a grown man. This is an actual person of typical person size.
Did he shrink down in?
Well,
was
it's a
he
bit more
squished into
complicated than that. It wasn't just like, it wasn't small. He was like, he was in like a stasis in a demi-plane that was contained within the chest. And when the chest was open,
okay.
the chest now just blew into pieces, and he was standing there, nude, which was a little uncomfortable at first because it was cold outside, and I couldn't contain myself. I wanted to do it, so it popped alive in the market, and it took a lot of explaining, and then people had to understand why I was like, basically using telekinesis to move this frozen man to my house. It was really weird for a long time. And then I got him, we had a conversation. He's a very nice fellow. And I asked him to go sort his shit out, and then come on next week. What's wrong, dude? You're looking at me real weird. You all right? We should go get drinks. All right, everyone, we're going to go get fresh drinks, and we'll be right back with more Tales from the Road and Life's... Dude, why are you looking at me like that?
Dude?
What do you mean?
There's a guy?
Yeah, man, yeah. Yeah, nice guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I asked him he'll be on next week. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So we're going to go get drinks?
Yeah, definitely.
You all right?
Oh, weird.
Yeah, all right. So a friend of mine said that a mariner delivered a super expensive bottle of elf brandy wine.
Oh.
So we're going to go try that. All right, everyone. We'll be right back with fresh drinks. Bear with us. And, dude, are you okay? You're looking at me really...
I did not... Yeah, I'm fine.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, fresh drinks in hand.
We're back.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Just to recap, I am Oliver Redboots. That is Swanee. Swanee, you want to tell everybody about yourself again?
Okay, I am Swan Maulsmith.
Well, I mean, you look so confused from earlier.
I was stunned. I
need to move
was
this-
completely stunned. Of all the things possible inside this chest you have been wailing on for the last month, I did not expect a guy in stasis.
Well, I mean, admittedly, it was the last thing I suspected, too. And apparently the chest was really easy to get open if you knew the proper incantations and mechanism of like, opening
Okay.
it. Like, it was a basic, hover over it, say some words, weave some arcane magic, and then click this clicker
Were
thing.
the words in particular, like, what were they?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
It was just relayed to me because it was opened. It was like, oh no, here, and then so they did all of the magic for me, right?
Yeah.
And they just gave me basically the mechanism.
Like, here's your dude.
Well, no, it wasn't like that. They gave me the box and they're like, hey, whenever you're ready to open it, just click this little thing here, right? And I was taking it home, and of course I got eager as, look, it's a failing that I have.
Okay.
And that's when I just decided to open it in the market.
And then it exploded, and there was a guy in stasis.
Yep, guy in stasis.
Cool.
Took him home, you
Cool.
know.
Yeah, this is just like a normal Tuesday.
Well, I mean, I don't think, is that really the strangest shit we've ever done?
No, not even remotely.
Dude, I found a phylactery in a bag of holding in an old trunk I kept, like, buried under dirty laundry.
That's fair.
So, like, a dude in stasis in a chest is really not that unusual.
Okay.
The location of where we found the chest is, like, that brings up a few questions, right?
Yeah.
That was in a lair
Yes, it was hidden in a lair of a dungeon from earlier in our adventuring career.
that had already been looted
Had
out.
already been looted.
So, yeah, like, how it got there, I don't know.
Maybe that guy knows.
Well, I thought, when you just wake up from stasis after 100 years and you're trying to figure out even, like, where you're at, hey, man, why were you in a dungeon? Why were you in stasis? What the hell's going on?
Where are
What's
your
name,
pants?
right?
Yeah, right.
Why are you naked? I just felt like the time for questioning was not exactly then, right?
Okay, I appreciate the decorum.
We had some... We had some tea, right? I mean...
Oh, good.
Yeah, I
Did you
would...
get pants before or after the tea?
Oddly, before.
Good.
Now that I think about it, I should have went the other way. But I mean, like, there was a nice, that bear rug that I have, that was wrapped around, so everything
Sure.
was fine.
Yeah.
But we had some tea, we had a quick chat, just like a get to know you thing. It's like he's not from Waterdeep,
Okay.
right? He's from way down in Kalimshan,
Okay.
right? So nice guy. It was really interesting. We had a nice chat and. I told him where to go to, have a few sending spells, arranged, because he doesn't know magic, right?
Okay.
Not even an adventurer, just like a civilian.
Just a guy.
Just a dude.
A jag.
No special powers, no thing that he can do, just, handsome son of a bitch, I'm going to be honest with you, but, like, nothing
Okay.
special,
All right.
right? Like, wow.
Hunky piece of meat. I gotcha.
Yeah, good-looking dude. Just, that's it. Which in our line of work is kind of fucking boring.
It's true.
A lot of very attractive paladins out there smiting the shit out of people.
That's true.
Yeah, just a guy wearing a bearskin rug in my house. I don't know why you're laughing. It's happened
Yes, I
before.
love this.
Can we move on now? He'll be on next week.
Oh, good. Of course he will.
Well, listen, I've been trying to get that stupid thing open
I
for
know.
a couple months now,
Yeah.
right? So now it's open. It's like, oh, I don't have to talk about it or worry about it anymore. I don't know why my brain works that way. It just
No,
does.
I got you. You're task oriented.
Yeah, am I?
No. All right.
So,
Let's.
we should really do a few of these. Don't poke the owlbear.
Yeah, let's do a Don't Poke the Owlbear.
All right.
All right. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
No, after you, because I really need to digest why you just made fun of me, and I feel like I just now got it.
Okay. Don't Poke the Owlbear. For people not familiar. Oh, by the way, you can send birds to us, right? You can send birds to us at Rod and Flagon. Send your birds there. They'll come to the Yawning Portal, and Dern will get them to us. You can send a bird to me at S. Maulsmith or Smallsmith. You can send a bird to Oliver at Oliver Redboots. And these come in from adventurers, and we love them. Don't Poke the Owlbear is how adventurers, young naive adventurers, have died unexpectedly, generally doing something particularly dumb.
This is not a noble death.
No.
Right? This is like, what? Why? This is the tale of woe.
Yeah.
Right? This is like...
Not whoa, but like whoa.
This is not... These are not like... And
no
he
statues.
left us in the most noble of ways.
Yeah.
No, this is like he left us like a fucking idiot.
Right.
Right, all right.
This is the kind of thing where you're like, oh, we shouldn't have given Stumpy all the dynamite to carry and all the torches. I mean...
Yeah, right. Why did he lather himself in seal meat to go swimming? I don't know.
It's a mystery. Yeah, it is a mystery. Does it make him buoyant? Maybe.
Well, I mean,
For a little
kind
while.
of, right? All right. So what do you got? How did this young adventurer meet his not so glorious end?
So, I think possibly this adventurer didn't die. But
Oh,
they're-
really?
They're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you are lucky enough in your adventuring career, young adventurers, we've talked about one of the most useful magic items,
Bag of holding.
Bag of Holding.
Don't leave home without it.
Right. So our trepid group of adventurers found a Bag of Holding. Huzzah.
Who's right? Yeah.
Right.
It's time to celebrate.
Time to celebrate. You should put things into the Bag of Holding that you need. You shouldn't put the Bag of Holding in other things.
Hang on. They didn't do what I think they did.
Yeah. So
Really?
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you have no idea what this is, why would you not think it would work?
Because it's not isn't that the first thing they teach people that get bags of holding?
Apparently not.
To not put a portable hole or another bag of holding in a bag of holding?
Right, there are three things. There's a Bag of Holding, handy haversack, and a portable hole, right? Don't put any of those items into another one or into a one of itself. Like, don't put a
No,
Bag
he-
of Holding inside another Bag of Holding.
I'm sorry to tell this group of adventurers that dude or that adventurer is dead. Like
It's
not
either
even
dead or
no dead.
okay,
like,
he's
gone.
dead.
Just
yeah, and his remains
discombobulated.
are on the astral plane.
Right. Nope. Dead. And even let's pretend for a second, right, that he was not killed outright and is now floating around the astral plane.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
Yeah,
They're dead now.
because they don't deliver pizza there.
Not normally, right? It's really difficult to get, water.
Right.
Right? Things to survive.
Right.
That person is now floating around. Well, what's left of them is floating around the astral plane. They're
Right.
gone. Thank you. And also, what the fuck, man? It's like adventuring 101. You don't put a thing that's interdimensional into another interdimensional thing. You don't divide by zero.
Have I introduced you to the name of the segment that we're doing? Don't poke the... This is not a good idea.
No, I know, but even amongst the dumb things that adventurers do, this ranks among the dumber ones.
I mean, it's good. Yeah, no.
My God, can we talk about one other thing before we segue to my?
Yeah, sure.
Why the f*** do you need a portable hole? What is this useless piece of f***ing adventuring gear? Remember, the one time I saw it was useful is our rogue would put it over a mundane door lock to just
Yeah.
make it go away, and then you would open the door.
Yeah.
Because you can't put it over a magical one. It didn't really quite work that way.
Right.
Other than that, it was just a nuisance magic item.
I mean...
I hated it more than anything
Well,
else.
we had Thud, right? That could knock down any door or wall that we needed.
So it's not that maybe we would have found it more useful if our adventuring companions weren't exactly good at what they did.
Yeah, if our construction companions weren't, they're a portable construction company. Right? Or deconstruction company, whatever the case may be.
All right.
Here's some
point.
finger wigglers, and you're like, man, how are we going to get in this room?
So I'm overlooking our particular skill sets and,
Yeah.
and poo-pooing a
Right.
magic item that under other circumstances could have been useful.
Yeah, I think so.
I still think it's stupid, though. It's a hole that moves.
I mean, you just put it on a place you want to be and go through the wall. Or put it on a door lock and boom, you can
But what if Like, so if we put a portable hole inside a portable hole, what happens?
There's an explosion.
I guess
Whatever
that's
was
the same
in the
thing,
portable
right?
holes is now, scattered across the astral
So
plane.
that's same thing with a portable hole in a bag of holding.
Yeah.
That's it. All the same. It all
Yeah.
happens together. All right. I hate.
Thou
portable
shalt not mix intradimensional spaces. That's the rule.
holes. I feel like everyone should already know that. But all right, good for you.
Yeah. So what's yours? What's your Dumbo Gallagher?
That's just so fucking stupid. All right, so like there's a particular this one came in from Shun something. I don't know. Some halfling monk sent this in.
Okay.
He says, "Dear Boots, let us show." All right, he is a Way of Mercy monk, right? I don't know exactly
I
what
don't
that
know
means,
what that
but I do know that they are monks that have the capacity to heal, right?
Oh, okay.
Imagine like cleric monks, right?
Oh, that could be super
But
useful.
instead of like using like a divine magic to make you feel better,
Yeah.
they punch your wounds away. Yeah, you heard me right. They will punch you or slap you or kick you, and that in turn heals you a bit. Sounds counterintuitive. I see the look in your eyes, right?
Isn't
Yeah.
that like trying to get rid of a hole by cutting out the hole?
like making a bigger hole
Yeah.
to get rid of a hole? Right.
Right.
I almost feel like it is, but apparently it works, and it works rather well.
Okay.
One of the things that you should do, though, is you should tell your adventuring companions that it is your capacity to do so, right? You don't just go up to the wizard after a battle and punch the shit out of him.
I'm here to help.
Right,
Ow.
and, yeah, exactly. Because now fisticuffs are going to ensue, and apparently
If
now...
you're very lucky, it's fisticuffs.
Right. Well, apparently now this adventuring party is looking for a new wizard. So I guess if you're interested in joining this party, young adventurers, just let us know, and we'll put you in contact with Shun, and I'm sure he can
Yeah.
add you to his list of
Right.
of wannabe wizards.
Looking
or
for a
whatever.
wizard that can take a punch.
Could you imagine that? You just you're bleeding out, right? And your monk friend just comes out and kicks the shit out of you.
You got internal bleeding? My fist is going to get there, but it's going to be tricky.
No, let me finish punching you. You'll feel better
Right,
afterwards. I wonder if that's associated with the amount of ki they have too. So do they have to keep track of the ki, and if they hit you and they don't have any ki, they actually hit the shit out of you?
Oh.
There's a lot of
Doesn't seem to be working. It's wrong. Normally works.
Yeah, and do they stop after the first one if it didn't work, and they feel like they just let me concentrate a little harder. And their nose is just getting more and more
Right,
battered. And
right.
Oh God, damn it, that's hilarious. That's a good one. That's a don't punch the wizard.
Yeah.
Right? I guess that goes into
Are you in an abusive relationship with your party?
before you go adventuring, you should probably
Damn you for
know
making me hurt you more.
your adventuring companion's abilities too, right? You should know, hey, this could also be laid at the feet of the monk as well, right? Maybe let the rest of the party know that hey, if I come up to slap shit out of you, it's out of love and caring, and I can heal you with it. That sounds terrible.
Communication is key.
Yeah, no, that sounds even worse. No, I only hit you because I love you.
Right.
Never mind, man. Find a different monk.
Yeah. No.
Oh God, how do we segue out of that one?
I don't know.
Why is Durden looking at us like that? I know. I'm sorry. Yes, even we were uncomfortable with that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. All right. So we doing monsters this week too?
I'm happy to do monsters.
What else? We really should. I'm really looking forward to that Realms lore. What we really need to come up with. Actually, young adventurers, if you wouldn't mind, maybe throwing a few names of that segment at us, right?
Yeah.
Help us name that. We'll give you a shout out on the show.
Or if there's a thing you want to know more about.
Both of those things, yes. If there's a location, a locale, maybe even a person, right? We know a few secrets on some rather famous adventuring types that I'd love to dime out.
Yeah.
Right? We could tell about how Manchun is really just a shitload of clones, right?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like everybody knows that, right? That's not a big secret.
I don't
is it?
know. I mean, when did you find it?
Well, it's not a secret anymore.
Right. Man, shooting some clones.
Yeah, but me and him have a long history of hating each other. So, him.
Yeah.
But Manchun, Zent, blah, blah, blah. Him. I hate him. What is it, dork? He's a bunch of clones.
Yeah.
Right? So he always has, that's some shit that we can tell people. Realms lore stuff, right? If there's something you need to know more about,
Right.
and if you have a good idea for a name of this segment, please let us know and send your birds to Flagon at Oliver Redboots or to S. Maulsmith.
Right.
All right, so what's your monster? I'll let you go first.
Well,
No, actually, you know what? You went first on Don't Poke the Owlbear.
That's true.
Let me get rid of this. Because mine will be quick.
All right.
Because this is a really high level monster, right?
Yeah.
This is not something that young adventurers should even run into. But there's a specific aspect of this monster that I need to talk about because it is so fucking stupid
Okay.
that I don't know how it even exists. Like,
All right.
beholders.
Okay.
We fought a beholder.
Sure.
It's never fun,
No.
right? They get a shit of eyes. Each one of those eyes can do a very specific, like, magical effect, right? They can disintegrate you, charm you, make you love a beholder, right?
Right.
Do the whole thing.
Yep.
And if that big-ass central eye thing,
Yes.
right, the big, with what's over the mouth,
Yep.
is looking at you, magic doesn't work.
Correct.
And for a man who relies on magic to stay alive,
That's an important one.
it's an important aspect of my daily life.
Yes.
So, I guess so. If you're like me and you're dependent upon magic, stay out of that central eye gaze, right? But do you know how they make other beholders?
No.
So how does a beholder begat a beholder?
With consent.
Well, I would certainly hope so,
Yeah.
but no, no consent is needed.
Oh.
No, they just dream them into existence. Yeah, I'm going to give you a second to kind of digest that. So there's a beholder, and he's like, man, I think other beholders would be cool here. So they just take a nap, they dream about other beholders, and then another beholder comes to behold, or whatever. Like one is just there the next morning. Yep, that's exactly how that happens.
But aren't beholders like super egotistical?
They are, but not against the beholders that they bring about.
Okay.
They
so
will look
they,
at them
they
like,
don't dream about themselves and then suddenly there's a clone of themselves?
no, that's exactly what it is.
Oh.
It's
okay.
like barely. It's not, but it is, right? They view them as just an extension of themselves.
Okay.
But if they run into another beholder, they're extremely. But they're also xenophobic too. They hate everything, right? They're super intellectual. I guess we should say that. Like they don't think just because it's a floating eyeball with other floating eyeballs on sticks that they're stupid. They're incredibly intelligent.
Okay.
And anything not on their level is either like a pet, food, or a useful minion to serve as they see fit.
All right.
Beholders are just creepy as shit. I hate them more than anything else. They're the one monster that I just no thank you.
Okay.
I want nothing to do
I did
with
not
them.
know any of this.
Yeah, so they just begat other beholders in dreams. Yeah, and that's the craziest, stupidest shit you ever heard. I mean, that's not the only way, right? But that's like the certain type, the more powerful type of beholder, honestly, in my opinion. That's how they make other beholders.
Okay. But there's another way.
Yeah, I mean, like not like an old-fashioned way, if that's what
Okay.
you're saying. No, not like that. It's basically the same thing.
Okay.
They just kind of like, oh, look, more beholder.
That's wild.
And can we talk about the paranoia?
Yes, that's good. Yeah. Yeah,
so,
let's do that.
So Xanathar is a famous beholder here that we've had dealings with, right? I've had to do a few
Speaking
jobs
of
for him.
Skullport, right?
What's that?
Speaking of Skullport.
Yeah, apropos of our earlier
Right.
conversation. He is a very powerful, basically a leader of a particular guild, right?
Yes.
Like
These guildish.
I don't know if I'd call it
Soul Guild?
Come on, man. So Xanathar is super powerful, and, all due respect, whatever, right? He hates everyone.
Except his goldfish.
Except that stupid fucking goldfish Sealgar.
Yep.
And he won't talk to anyone or do anything unless he really chooses, except when it's time to babysit that damn fish.
Yeah.
When he has to do something else that requires him to look elsewhere and, not be able to look at that stupid fish, then he gives a shit.
Yeah.
You know how many fish that guild has been through?
I imagine quite a few.
At least 100. I know of probably 4 just myself, where his little assistant, his little aide, his little, commandant,
Yeah.
has replaced that fish at least 4 times.
Okay.
So, if you're listening, Xanathar, let me just add to your paranoia. Yeah, you're right. That's not Sealgar. All right, that's enough about beholders. I hate beholders. Young adventurers, avoid. That should be your strategy for beholder combat. Avoid. Don't. F off.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got? I'm sure you have something way less dumb than that, right?
Well, I mean, it's what I have is very timely, right? Because I'm sure that you noticed that the clerics of Gaunt were out in the streets with the bells and the kettles and collecting for the Salvation Army to rescue the Redcaps. And so I was going to talk a little bit about Redcaps.
Is that what wait, hang on. Dude, you can't... First of all, I didn't know that's why they rang the bells.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess people like the Church of God. You guys do a lot of charity work. You
That's true.
spend
Yep.
a lot of your gold helping people and things, and make the world a better place.
Yep.
Much to the chagrin of a lot of the evil cults.
Right.
You have a specific set aside time frame for Redcaps.
We do.
Why?
I mean, we're busy.
No. Why Redcaps?
Oh, because
All right.
Church of Gone.
We jumped way too far in there right now. Let's start with what the hell are red caps?
Okay. Red caps are basically gnomes that broke bad.
Really?
Yeah, kind of.
All right. Listen, I don't know much about red caps except for that stupid boots that they wear.
Right.
That's
So
really
red
all I
caps
got.
are gnomish creatures. They wear big iron boots and leather pants and no shirts and red hats, red stocking caps. And they're red because they're soaked in blood of whoever they've killed.
So
and
you're not trying to rehab these creatures, are you? You're trying to like rid the world of them?
sort of, yeah, but, mercifully
No,
put
which
them
one
out
of
of their
those?
misery.
Which one of those? It's either or for that one, buddy.
Either which now?
You're trying to like rid the world of them or rehabilitate and make them better.
I don't really think we can rehabilitate them.
Yeah, it's
To be honest, because like if they don't go, if they go more than 3 days,
with that thing to cover themselves in more blood.
right? If they go more than 3 days without killing something and soaking their hats in blood, they sort of just fade out of existence.
Why don't we just let that happen? What are you guys raising money for?
To arm the armies that go into the caves and make sure that we isolate them for more than 3 days, and so they go out of existence.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Oh man. I should have known that was the reason.
Yeah.
But for a brief moment, I went to a different place with that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
I should probably, yeah. I can see how that would.
I was like,
Speaking of better communication skills, yeah. I
Jesus.
should've-
I thought like, oh, guns are just some weird right now. They're like, raising an army of red caps to take over the world.
No. Sorry.
It's like a bunch of murderous, ravenous little unleashed on the city of Waterdeep.
No,
Oh my God.
we're really about sort of isolating them, trapping them,
Oh God.
and then waiting 3 days until they go out of existence.
How do you capture a red cap?
Really, you just kind of make sure that you trap them in a room, in a cave or something that they can't escape from.
Yeah, but how do you do that? Like, do you lure
carefully.
it with? All right. I mean, like, I don't know how to
I mean,
argue
they're
that.
vicious. They're no joke. They're not smart.
All right, that helps, right? Yeah.
They're sort of
They can't sneak around very well. 'Cause every time I've
big
ever...
iron boots. You can kind of track them.
Right.
But like, man, if they see talk about fans of the front door.
Right.
Like they are dead ass. They will come right at whoever the enemy is and
Yeah,
try
they're like
and
the
kill them.
honey badger of...
They are- that's a great one,
Of,
yeah.
Of monsters, right?
They're
Of
honey badger of gnome
Ish.
cannibals. Yeah,
Monster.
basically.
Did you say cannibals?
I did.
They're cannibals, too.
Sort of, yeah. Not sort of. Absolutely, yes.
I never paid that much attention to them because they were never that much of a threat to me, if I'm being honest.
Right. They're sort of old school. Like, they don't have a ton of them around here.
They eat other gnomes?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
In fact, here's a weird one for you. Speaking of how other beholders come into existence, you know how other red caps come into existence?
I'm afraid to ask, but I really want to know now.
So you'll see a number of particularly older red caps that sort of have a hunchback, right?
Okay.
At some point, it falls off
All right.
and sprouts arms and legs and a head.
No. I'm so sorry I asked for
Yeah.
that. So just to recap.
Yeah.
The hunch on a red cap's back
Yeah.
will eventually turn into
Yes.
another red cap.
Right.
Well, where does it get the hat?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Or where does it get the boots?
Well, so immediately, as that thing falls off and sprouts arms and legs, it becomes either the hunted or the hunter.
All right, so I guess I could get the hat and the boots from itself.
Yeah, I mean,
If
so if
it
it
wins.
like it will definitely go after whatever it just
Spawned off
divided
of.
off of, right, and try and kill it.
Can you have like a group of these little murders in the same room?
They're not. I mean, sometimes they will get in like groups of 3 or 5, but typically you have to have one that's like super elder and super powerful and keeping the other ones in line.
All right, so I need to make a larger donation to Red Cap Day.
Yeah.
Because this is important work. Like
They're gnomes that have sort of gone fey.
Dude, this is gonna keep me up tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna wrap myself in my bearskin rug and sit by the fire all night thinking of Red Cap murders. Dude, I'm gonna go home now.
Okay.
'Cause-
Now or
Yeah, no, that's creepy as shit. No, let's get drunk.
okay.
Yeah, let's get drunk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I can't think of a better way to end the show than on Red Cap Murderers. Because, I mean, like, our natural premise for this show is to try to help people stay alive, right? Like that, we've discussed this at length on other episodes.
Right.
Don't die.
Don't die
And
is sort of our motto.
It really is, and like most of the shit that we talk about is ways for adventurers to learn how, in fact, to not die. So I guess we're going to end today's show on stay away from red caps,
Yeah.
because they are the opposite of what one would do for not dying. They are, in fact, a die machine.
Yes.
And then they will take your blood and put it in a hat.
Yes.
Which is terrifying. And, dude, if someone's walking on the street tonight and I hear clump, clump, clump of, like, large footsteps, I'm going to piss my pants.
Cool.
All right, everyone.
So
Hi, of course, I'm Oliver Redboots. Please send me your bursts at Oliver Redboots. That is Swan. I'm going to let you take it out, and I'm going to go get the drinks now.
Hey, can I ask you a question before we go?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Can we do like Question Palooza next week?
Yeah, of course.
Because we haven't answered a question, a bird question.
Well, I
since
mean,
before Luskan.
we have things to do too.
I know,
right?
but
we have agendas.
When people keep sending us stuff, we're gonna answer the question.
All right, yes, we'll have a question palooza next week of like people said the adventurers that have sent their questions in.
Because I've got a couple.
Can we avoid the mundane ones? Like, hey Boots, what socks should I wear on the road?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not answering that. Wool, you
Wool.
idiot.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't want to get into that. Like, those are the questions that. What's your favorite tasting berry?
Oh, don't worry. I've got a number of questions that I've cherry picked that I'm like.
All right.
This
Like,
is gonna make
what's
the show.
golden feels like, Boots? If I get that question one more
Yeah.
time, I swear to God, I'm gonna go crazy.
It's like a giant farm, stupid.
Yeah, it's literally a farm.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of a cool farm. Like, it's a date. It's definitely worth a trip, right? Like, they have tree and planting stuff, and like, it's cool. But like, yeah, go there. What the f, man? I can't tell you about it. What socks? I had 4 people ask me what socks I wear on the road.
Really?
What socks do you recommend for sorcerers' boots? On that note, I'm gonna go get drunk. I'm socks
Okay.
and f***ing bread caps, Swan. What are you doing to me?
All right. Well,
Can't handle this.
okay. I am Swan Maulsmith. Thanks very much for listening, everybody. I hope that you have a great week and don't die.
Thank you for listening. See you next week on Road and Flagon. If you don't die, so don't die.